back from the dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all invited to go fucking mental on this motherfucking drop. The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go.
Don't stop me, I'll stop that fire.
with us online, go and start to get your equipment set up and ready. We're going to get started here in the next 30 seconds or so. If you look in the description of the class, you can see what you'll need for the day. We're about to get started. Nope. Welcome back. Hopefully no one's too sore. Good to see you. If this is your first time in this class, thank you for being here. If you're in person, I always have the equipment that you need up on the door as well as the movements that we have for today. If you're online, you can check the description of the class to see what you'll need for today as well. Format of this class is we'll start with a quick warm-up. After the warm-up, we'll jump into the workout. And the workout for this class is structured as 4 rounds. Each round is going to consist of 2 movements that we're going to superset 4 times. Example of that is we'll do movement 1 for 30 seconds, right into movement 2 for 30 seconds. That's 1 set. Then we'll repeat that right back into movement 1 for 30 seconds, into movement 2 for 30 seconds. Second set, and then we'll do the third and the fourth set. That's 1 round done. We'll get a 1-minute rest period, move on to round 2. And then we'll do a 10-ish minute cool down routine at the end to kind of stretch and send you out on your way. For today, dumbbell, medium, and or light, as well as a mat. First movement that we have today is going to be a boat pose with a press. So we'll go ahead and do this one together. So we'll go ahead and come on down to the mat. Biggest thing I want to go over this one is with the boat pose, we want to make sure we're not rounding out our low back, okay? Especially as we get tired. We tend to start really well, and as we get tired, we start to go like this. And if you think about it, think about angles. If I'm like this, torso, core is holding all that weight. It's kind of hitting in the hips a little, potentially hip flexors, so make sure you're activating that core. As we start to bend, the new peak is going into your low back. So all that tension's hitting right in that low back, okay? We don't want any injuries, don't want any slip discs, we don't want anything like that. So shoulder blades backing down, chest is going to be up, okay? Remember to stay braced, which we all already are, as I know. And so the press with this workout is you can have a dumbbell of any kind of put your palms together as such, holding this position, and you're just going to press from low to up. We're not fully extending overhead. We're just kind of lifting through, trying to use the upper portion of the chest, okay? So in this position, we're just pressing up and coming back down, okay? Again, as you're doing this one, really pay attention to that low back so we're not losing that core engagement, all right? If you're at home and you don't have a weight, and you can do this too if you don't want to use weight, you can just push your hands together and then kind of press up and together. It's still going to help activate that chest in that movement, okay? Next movement we have flutters, and we're going to do this one together because there's one main proponent we want to make sure we're doing. So when we're on our back, go ahead and lay on your back. From this position, you can go ahead and just lift your knees if you want. We don't have to do a full flutter. But feel how there's probably that low amount of space right underneath your low back between it and the floor. We want to make sure we're pressing that low back into the floor, okay? A good way to know where you can flutter, start with your legs up overhead, press that low back into the floor so there's no space, lower them as far as you can until it feels like that low back's going to come up off the ground. Once you hit that point that it's about to lift up off the ground, don't go any lower than that. That's your flutter zone, okay? If you're going any lower, torso's shutting off, that core is disengaging, and those hip flexors are taking over for that movement, okay? So as you strengthen that core, you'll be able to go lower and lower and lower, but make sure that low back is pressed into the floor. Next movement we got, bird dog. So this one, we're on all fours, and we're just extending opposite. So kicking my right leg back, lifting my left arm, flexing that glute. Really focus on keeping those hips squared, shoulders square. We don't want to be twisting or angling within that movement, okay? And when we lift the arm, think of pointing that scapula back and down, okay? We don't overly want to extend that shoulder out, but think of using that scapula to pull back and down to lift that arm up, okay? Next movement we got, superhero squeezes, coming down onto our stomachs. Arms are extended overhead. From here, we're lifting, squeezing those glutes, pulling those arms back and down, flexing those lats together, squeezing those scapula, and then extending back out, and then squeezing, okay? That's the next movement. Following, we got dumbbell clean and press. So with this movement, again, with all of them, we want to make sure we're braced. But we're starting kind of like we do with the Romanian deadlifts, okay, those RDLs, pushing those hips back. From here, we're doing a kind of like a quick version of an RDL, okay, but then pulling the weight up onto the shoulder. So from here, I'm going to hinge forward, curl the weight up, catch it, and a little squat press. It's overhead, come back down, catch that weight, reverse it down, okay? So go ahead and grab your weight. This is one we haven't done yet this session. We'll give it a shot real quick. So RDL, and from here, make sure those glutes are engaged. Those glutes are going back, weight's even on those feet, shoulder blades are back and down. And we're going to do a quick pull up, curl that weight, catch it, and then press up overhead, okay? That's the movement for that one. Next, if you are at home, a good movement to do for that one if you don't have weight, feel free to actually do some burpees here. We're still really working on that hip hinge position. Different movement, but you're doing a lot of the same type of patterns. So go and make those burpees. You can add a push-up or a jump at the top if you want. Next movement, goblet squat mixed with lunge. So goblet squat, we're holding that weight here. So we're going to lunge or squat, lunge on the left, back to a squat, lunge on the right, back to a squat, moving back and forth across and over, okay? With that, you can you can always drop the weight, okay, as you get tired. You don't have to keep it. Next movement, losing my voice. Next movement is going to be, well, actually the last two movements is just an arm blaster routine. So bicep curl, remembering with bicep curl, elbows stay along with the side, so we don't want the elbow rolling forward. Once you do, shoulders taking over. And then after bicep curl, right into tricep extension. Can either do the overhead extension or bent over kickbacks, okay? If you're at home, you're doing manual, okay? So palm in palm, bicep side, elbow staying on the side, and you're doing manual resistance, okay, if you don't have weight to do that. Feel free if you want to break it up by reps, maybe. You could do 10 reps into 10, and you'll just be doing that for like the whole 4 minutes, okay? That's a tough one. It's going to burn. Any questions in the movements before we warm up? All right, let's do it. All right, starting with those jumping jacks. Remember to stay braced here. You can always minimize that impact. First round of the warm-up, about 40-50% effort. Don't need to overly push it. Kind of getting those muscles warmed up, getting those joints ready. Air squats. Pushing those hips back and down, knees in line with those toes. Weight even on the feet. Keep those glutes on. Don't let those glutes shut off. Marches. Staying in place. We're driving that knee up in front. Try to use that core in that knee drive, not just those hip flexors. Lunges, alternating. With that lunge, weight stays even on that front leg. Knee stays in line with that toe. Don't let it cave in. Keep the arch of that foot strong. Remember, keep those glutes on. Focus on that balance, that control. Don't let that heel come up off the ground. Arm circles. Reverse, opposite direction.
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk
Inchworms into those push-ups. Remember not to round that low back. Bend those knees if you need to walk out. You can do a push-up. You can do a couple if you want a little bit more upper body warm-up. Walk those hips high, find that stretch. And walk back down. Good job. Round 2, jumping jacks. Starting to pick up that tempo a little bit. Starting to move a bit quicker. Maybe 60, 70%. Keep that bracing. Good job.
before we leave, I'm gonna tell y'all a little something.
Air squats. Keeping that tempo a little bit quicker, but don't bounce at the bottom. Control it and back up. Keep those glutes on. Marches. Drive those knees. Lunges alternating. Weight even on that foot. Glutes engaged. Arm circles. Reverse, opposite direction. 'Inchworms into those push-ups. Take a break. 1 minute. We're starting that workout. Seconds. Remember, boat pose. Make sure you're braced. Pelvic floor is up and in. That core is strong, holding everything in place. Shoulder blades back and down. Don't round out that low back. And 5, 3, 2, 1. We're in it. Core. Try to keep that tension in the chest if you can with that press up. Flutters. We're down on our backs. Remember, low back pressed into the floor. Start with your feet high, lower them wherever you can keep that control, and then flutter. Boat pose, we're back up. If you notice your hip flexors throughout this round start getting really exhausted, really be intentional about bracing that core, trying to get that core to hold you. You will feel in the hip flexors a little bit no matter what. But we want the core doing most of the work. Flutters, we're backing down. Really press that low back down. Boat pose. Woo. Flutters. Remember, there's not a lot of breaks. Take them as you need. Boat pose. Last set, y'all. Flutters, last movement, we get a break. If you start to get tired, you can always flutter, alternate with one leg. You can lower, lift up, lower, switch. Take a break. Woo. Talk about a core burner. Oh, Nelly. 1 minute rest. All right, coming up next, bird dogs into those superhero squeezes. Remember, keep a little bit of movement. That kind of helps the body clear out any lactic acid, any feelings of being swole. Ten seconds, starting with those bird dogs. Pay attention to lateral movements. Try to stay squared in the shoulders, squared in those hips. 3, 2, 1, bird dogs. Remember here, lifting alternates. Left arm's going up, right leg's going up. Don't forget to flex that glute on that lift and lift that arm from the scapula. Superhero squeezes. We're down Arms are extended. Lifting. Use those glutes to lift those legs. Flex the back scapula, those lats, to lift that chest up off the ground. If you want to make it harder, don't let your hands or feet touch the ground. If it's difficult, let your hands and feet touch the ground each rep. Bird dogs. Remember to stay braced, core strong. Superheroes, we're down. Pay attention if you're squeezing evenly from the left to right side. Stay braced. Bird dog. Don't lose that bracing. Superheroes, we're down. Bird dogs.
I want that red velvet, I want that sugar sweet. Don't let nobody touch it unless that somebody's me. I gotta be a man, there ain't no other way. 'Cause girl, you're hotter than a Southern California bay. I don't wanna play no games, I don't gotta be afraid.
Stay braced, control the movement. Superheroes, last one. Take a break. Nice work, y'all. All right, next movement. The dumbbell clean and press into that goblet squat lunge. Weighted movements in a row here. As you get tired with this one, don't let that low back give out. When you go to clean that weight, we don't want a round pull. Keep that low back strong. Keep it flat. Power from the glutes, from the legs. Then shrug that weight up, okay? 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Dumbbell clean and press. So those hips go back. Curl that weight up, catch it, press it up overhead. Nice job, maintain control. Nice, stay braced. Nice job. As you feel more comfortable, you start to get a little bit more fluid with it. Squat lunges. The weight is optional. You don't have to make it a goblet squat. we got a squat, a lunge, squat, opposite lunge. Nice, keep those glutes on. Clean and press. Squat to lunges. Keep that same form. Don't let that heel come up off the ground. Your heel's coming up. Your glutes are shutting off. Keep those heels down. Weight even on that front leg. Clean and press. Stay braced. Lunge to squat. Good job. Stay with it. Stay with it. Job. Keep those heels down. Weights even from back of foot to front of foot. Stay braced. Knee in line with just toes. Shoulder blades back and down. Take a break. Woo. Nice job, y'all. One movement left. I lied, one round left, not one movement. You have the option with the curls. You can do palms up, neutral, or reverse. Remember, palms up, more inner bicep, neutral, kind of both, reverse. The muscle in between bicep and the tricep on the outside of the arm. In 5, 3, 2, 1, bicep curls. Remember, stay braced. Try to keep constant tension in that bicep. Don't let it rest at the top. Don't let it rest at the bottom. Tricep. Either option, overhead or bent over kickbacks. you're overhead, watch those elbows. We don't want one coming out. Keep them together. Shoulder blades still backing down. Bicep. Constant tension, top to bottom, bottom to top. Got two different ones? Tricep. Whenever you're doing a lift, think of what muscle you're trying to work. And all you're doing is stretching it and shortening it. That's all you're doing. Stay braced, strong to the core. Pelvic floor up and in. Bicep curl. Keep that constant tension. Tricep. Anybody's arms burning yet? Holy cow. Keep those elbows stationary. Elbows shouldn't move. Bicep curl. Last set, y'all. Let's go. Tricep, last one. Let's go, let's finish this out. Get that full stretch, get that full contraction. Take a break. Nice work, y'all. My peeps at home. Nice job today. Nice work. Nice job. That next set, did you do the opposite? You know, even it out? Nice job today, y'all. Nice work. Nice job. Nice work. Nice work today. Nice job. All right, get ready for that cool down. As you're cleaning up, starting to slow that breathing down. in through the nose, out through the mouth. We've all been there. If you want to leave your mat out for our stretches, feel free. But we're going to start with those deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose on the way up. Exhaling through the mouth on the way down. Remember on those inhales, breathe that air down into the belly. We tend to be stressed and breathe into the shoulders, the traps. Yeah. Yes, Tuesday for this one. Yeah. And on that next exhale, let's go ahead, pull that arm across, stretching that shoulder. Through all these stretches, keeping that slight brace posture, keeping those breaths, stretching a little further on those exhales. Go and release and switch. Anybody else's legs sore from the last round of Tuesday? Holy cow, my hamstrings hurts. It's called playing video games. You're ready, go and release. Pull that first arm behind, grab that elbow. Feel free to bring that hand in between those shoulder blades. On this stretch, if you ever find yourself collapsing down, try to open up. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. Hands behind the back, interlock fingers, pull shoulder blades back and down, open up that chest. We're going to roll that head and neck. Find a spot that's really tight. We're just stay there and move around in that space. Then widen your stance. We're going to keep fingers interlocked behind. We're going to slowly drop the chest, hinge a dip, and lift those arms up. Shoulder stretch, hamstring stretch. As you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up. Release, inhale up and in. On that exhale, coming down into that full floor squat. Working on getting those heels down. If it's hard to get those heels down, feel free to keep that weight forward. You slowly work yourself a little bit deeper over time. Once you're here, shoulder blades back and down, sit up tall. If you want more inner thigh stretch, elbows to the inside of the knees, palms together. Press those palms down. Open up those hips. If you ever want a little bit more inner thigh stretch and you're not quite getting it here, a little bit shorter arms, you can always do knuckles. Stretch yourself a little further. Remember to breathe. Then take it down onto the mat, into a plank. We're gonna step or kick that right leg up into the air. And exhale that knee up and underneath with that foot coming across into that pigeon stretch. You can work that back leg back a little further if you want. Be intentional, keep those hips squared. If you don't want to collapse, open that hip up, keep it down. And breathe. If you feel tension, breathe into that tension and try to think of exhaling it out. As you feel comfortable, you can take it lower. Try not to round out that low back. Keep those hips pressed into the floor. And breathe. Toe, kick the leg back into plank. We're going to inhale that left leg up and in. Exhale that knee underneath, crossing that foot. Pigeon stretch, opposite side. Again, try to keep those hips squared. Don't let those hips roll out. As you release, you can take yourself lower into that stretch. This feels good. Back into a plank. We're going to drop those knees, those shins onto the floor and slowly lower the body down onto the mat. Elbows coming under the shoulders. Getting ready for that Sphinx pose. Remember, feel free to wiggle out that low body, shut the glutes off, shut those legs off. You're going to just lift yourself up tall, stretching those abdominals and breathe. Find your glutes turning on, engaging. Go ahead, lower yourself back down. Let those relax. Take yourself back up into that down to the mat. Hands come under the shoulders, press up onto the knees. Knees going to the wide edges of the mat, feet coming together for that full child's pose. And extending those arms out in front for that full stretch. Trying to keep the glutes on the heels while also reaching out in front. Up out of that child's pose, bringing yourself up to standing, finishing with those breaths. If you want to stay and continue to stretch, feel free. We're running out of time for class. Each inhale a little bit deeper, each exhale a little further. Last thank you to yourself for showing up today. Nice job, everybody. Nice work. Don't forget homework, good solid dinner, drink lots of water, at least 6 hours of sleep. If you've been getting 6 consistently, try to shoot for 7. With that, have a great long weekend. We'll be back here on Tuesday. And if you're online, thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you just want updates of when class goes live so you don't have to search for it. Have a nice night.